The U.S. National Science Foundation hosted its 28th EPSCoR conference in Omaha, Nebraska during October 2024. EPSCoR stands for NSF's established program to stimulate competitive research, a program for states and territories across the nation that traditionally receive less federal research funding. NSF EPSCoR's 28 eligible jurisdictions span the nation and include U.S. territories such as Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands, as well as 25 states. Earning EPSCoR funding requires projects with both intellectual merit and broader impacts to grow science in these places. As NSF EPSCoR funding changes, it's important for the participants to share best practices in the work. These biennial conferences gather 400 to 600 attendees, and EPSCoR jurisdictions take turns hosting the events. Nebraska EPSCoR was honored to take its turn by organizing the 2024 event in Omaha. For the 2024 conference, Nebraska EPSCoR gained a grant from NSF and formed an advisory committee including leaders from other EPSCoR jurisdictions. Planning meetings began in 2023, and the prior conference host, Maine EPSCoR, was an especially helpful resource. The conference planning group intentionally reached out to a wide range of people spanning NSF-supported research areas, locations, backgrounds, and perspectives for attendees and relevant speakers. The planners focused on ensuring helpful sessions targeted to the typical participant groups, EPSCoR staff, research faculty, and students, who represent the future of America's research talent. The 2024 event's agenda included sessions focusing on NSF EPSCoR's relatively new funding opportunities, EPSCoR and eRISE, which drew many conference goers. The 500-plus attendees heard NSF EPSCoR leaders speak and interacted with them during the conference. On-site office hours were popular for individual or small group meetings with NSF representatives. The event's keynote speaker, then NSF Director Dr. Setharaman Panchanathan, was introduced by University of Nebraska President Jeffrey Gold. Another plenary session featured the Professor SCO Science Show, which led attendees through engaging, hands-on activities in science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM. Conference breakout sessions included Equipping You for Advocacy and Working with Elected Officials, Use-Inspired Research Funding Opportunities, and Accelerating STEM Business Development in EPSCoR Jurisdictions. Nebraska EPSCoR thanked the event sponsors, UNL Office of Research and Innovation, Creighton University, Nebraska Department of Economic Development, and Invest Nebraska. In addition to support from NSF EPSCoR, this conference also had on-site student helpers from Nebraska Wesleyan University. Like many NSF-funded projects, the 2024 EPSCoR conference included independent evaluation on the efficacy of the activity. Key benefits cited in the on-site interviews and online surveys were the event's overall value, the agenda's topics and speakers, especially the discussions of grant and funding programs, and the event's networking opportunities. As the hub of efforts to make NSF's 28th National EPSCoR Conference a great success, Nebraska EPSCoR thanks all attendees and partners for participating in this event.